Hi, good morning. It's morning here. I don't know what time it is where you are, so feel free to take liberties with everything I say. Welcome to Hippie Tarot. Um, I posted my first video over a month ago, and I intended to keep going, and then life happens, and now I'm being called to come back. Oh, this table's not stable. Sorry for the bumps. Um, so this is going to be full of all sorts of fun as I deal with my road noise, and you can hear the train out there, I'm sure. Um, but I felt like I've been doing unboxings. However, this is a deck that I've unboxed a long time ago. I absolutely love this Oracle deck. The artwork is amazing. There is also a tarot book. Um, Both of these are available on Amazon. However, I bought mine at a local shop. And as much as a lot of these decks you can find on Amazon, I still recommend if you can buy local, buy local. I'm going to say that probably every video, but we'll go from there. So, like I said, this has been unboxed. I got my coffee. This has already been unboxed, but this is pretty much how the deck comes. It's just normally the book would be right side up, and normally there'd be a paper binding on the deck. So the book is really cool. So basically every card is explained in here, and the cards are numbered. So let me pull this out. So, and then I haven't talked about this artist yet. The artist is Jessica Rowe, and I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm not sure where they're from, but they are an amazing artist. And then they actually have a ornithography and florography books that explain the meanings behind the birds you might see and the flowers that you see, based on Victorian meanings and such. So here it is in there. So Jessica Rowe is a Nashville-based freelance illustrator and author of Florography, an illustrated guide in the Victorian language of flowers. And she loves exploring in her own backyard and being surrounded by an abundance of nature, using subdued colors and rhythmic shapes to render flora, fauna, and much more in a richly detailed old world style. A seasoned reader of tarot, she loves to include hidden symbolism inspired by the Rider-Waite-Smith deck in her illustrations. So this is seriously one of my favorites. When I am looking for a little personal guidance, I often go to this deck first, just because I don't need to get the book out very often. It's Well, one, you've got the description on the card, but number two, I mean, it's I guess let me shuffle it up and you'll see. Now, one thing, it does have reversals in the book. I don't like doing reversals with this deck. I like taking them all at face value and going from there. So actually, I need to get a screenshot for there we go. I think that'll work. There we go. I had to get the thumbnail. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you for your patience. So either way, one shuffle. I am going, and then on the cut, I actually got the bear and the cedar. And I mean, this is actually really cool because I love the smell of cedar. Most people, I mean, it's the flavor of pencil that you chewed on as a kid. But the bear and the cedars, I mean, I live in Michigan, and northern Michigan is full of cedars and full of black bear. And this is just kind of cool that it shows, and it says leadership right there. So to me, that's kind of less symbolism and more just kind of nostalgia. But to me, leadership takes on different roles. To me, a leader is someone who's not afraid to do. I have been a corporate leader for a chunk of my life, and happy to say I do not work in corporate anymore. No offense if you love your job at corporate. I found it to be too impersonal, and people were replaced too easily. So I'm just going to ask. So, a good question for today for this audience. You know, what is on our horizon for the day? You know, just kind of an overall daily reading, okay? And then I like to basically just see how that one just kind of stuck out. And that is, overcoming obstacles. So that's not necessarily bad, but it's the goat and the willow. So the willow tree is known to be very flexible, and that's really cool. And goats, I don't know if you've known any goats, but they will eat anything, and they will. They sometimes can be an obstacle, but they're also known for climbing over pretty much anything. So overcoming obstacles, that basically, to me, that says face your troubles. So that's our first thought for the day. Oh, that one didn't want to come out. That one does. Oh, graceful persistence. So we've got the hawk and the thistle. I'm Scottish, so thistle is very, well, I'm of Scottish descent. But anyway, the thistle is a very, very dear flower to me, and the hawk, to me, is always, up in the sky, gliding over, and that term hawkeye. Hawks have incredible eyesight. They can be soaring half a mile up in the sky and see a mouse on the ground, and then they will kill it and eat it. So, not saying we should kill and eat things today. I mean, we have to eat, we have to live, but more saying that, that hawk gliding through the sky still has its eye on what's going on and its eye on its goal. So that's where it's got that grace. And the thistle, have you ever tried to kill a thistle plant? It just doesn't want to die. They're beautiful. Purple flowers are amazing. I even like how they smell. And thistle, if you can get past and know how to prepare it, is actually a very nutritious plant. However, everybody knows it because it's got the barbs. So you have to keep an eye on your goal and be persistent. That's the thistle. And be graceful like the hawk. And there's our start. Okay, so that's two. I'm going to pull a third one, and then we'll just kind of look at the day ahead of us. So the third one, safety. So we've got the eel and the iris. Irises are amazingly beautiful flowers. My mother, who is a master gardener, actually used to have, I forget how many varieties she had. She had at least 40 or 50 different varieties in her garden of bearded irises, specifically bearded irises. They're basically, their stamens are extra long, and the pistils are extra long, and no, I'm right, stamens, because the stamens are the pollen structure, and they look like little beards on faces. Anyway, safety. So to me, irises, I don't know about safety with irises. I just know how beautiful they are. But eels are, yeah, especially, when you talk about pop culture with electric eels, be safe. Don't get electrocuted on those eels. Honestly, I'm making this one up as I go along, but overall, have that urge to be safe today as well. Which means, so we're going to overcome obstacles with graceful persistence, and we're going to pursue safety with that. That's the beginning message for the day. I'm going to actually pull the meanings from the book. So this is card number 9. So we've got card number 9, card number 44. Ooh, 44. To me, 44, when I see that number out in the world, I tend to think to myself, do the work. That's what that number means to me. And then this one is the number 42, which of course 42 is life, the meaning of life, the universe, and everything, for those Douglas Adams fans out there. So anyway, card number 9. Let's go there first, just to show you how cool this book is. So I just went past it. No, that's card number 11. No, it's not 9. It's 11. I am reading things backwards because awesome. The goat is a symbol of balance, jumping with ceaseless energy, perching easily on even the narrowest footholds. Its vitality and grace are enviable. The willow is a symbol of mourning, often appearing on gravestones. Oh. In Greek mythology, willows are said to mark the entrance to the underworld. When combined, the goat and the willow shows there may be losses to suffer, but we can overcome them with renewed energy and the right balance. Upright. A recent loss may have you feeling down, or a new unfortunate obstacle may have appeared in your path. Realign yourself with your goals to regain control of the situation. And now, I don't tend to take reversals. You saw me, if it came out upside down, I turned it right side up. But in reverse, you may be feeling off kilter. The negative energy in your life may threaten to overcome you. Let the spirit of the goat lead you to a sense of harmony. Remember that life is balance. Excuse me. We cannot appreciate pleasure without experiencing pain. How can I better achieve balance in my life? And how can I plan ahead to navigate the obstacles in my path? So this is the other cool thing about this deck. A lot of times in the morning when I'm doing journaling, I can pull a single card, look it up, and it gives me a couple journal prompts. And then how much better is my life if I look at that every day and I write my thoughts based on this, right? So anyway, let's go to the next one. The next one was The Hawk and the Thistle, which believe I am reading that correctly, and that is 44. Because X is 10, L is 50. X before L means 10 minus 50. Roman numerals, I am capable. However, it's a practice thing, and I'm sadly out of practice. All right. Graceful persistence. The hawk is a keen and vigilant observer. Talked about that earlier. So much so that watchful and hawk-eyed have become synonyms. An apex predator, the hawk glides gracefully on the wind, its sharp talons ever at the ready. The thistle can thrive in a variety of environments. Yep, you can't kill a thistle. From verdant hills to rocky shores. Its spiked, stinging leaves protect its radiant flower, which perches like a crown upon its stem. Upright. You can act fiercely while maintaining your grace and dignity. Sharpen your talons, but don't lose your crown. In reverse. External pressures have weakened your resolve. Remember your worth and guard it closely. And then our two little prompts. Am I too easily influenced by my environment? And how can I thrive in a difficult situation? So, pretty amazing right there. And then let's look at the last one, the eel and the iris for safety. This one actually came out of the deck in reverse, and I flipped it back. If you look back at the video, I swear my memory. Oh, look, there's romance. So for those of us seeking love, that opened right up in my thing. So with romance, love is in the air with the finch and the peach appears. Peach is sweetly scented, heart-shaped fruit. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but that is such a beautiful card when it comes up. And then how do I show others I love them? And how do I feel safe and supported enough to be open to new love? So that's pretty potent stuff, guys. Anyway, 42. The eel and the iris. All right, so eels are furtive creatures, often burying themselves in murky depths. The idiom slippery as an eel refers to the eel's ability to escape harm. The iris is the tall, hardy flower from which fleur de lis, a medieval symbol of power and victory, mostly French, is derived. Together, the stealthy eel and the mighty iris indicate safety in our homes, relationships, and work. Okay, so it means that you are safe. It's to promote a safe feeling. So, upright, now is a good time to establish healthy boundaries. If others take offense, do not fret over the reaction. Stand firm in your power like the iris. That's healthy advice for everybody anywhere, right? In reverse, transgression has occurred. Ooh. And so, okay. And you may feel betrayed or violated. Anger and hostility are natural responses to betrayal. Honor your tender state by burrowing deep like the eel. Surround yourself in support and take the time you need to recover. So, wow. Um, that actually strikes a little something close to me personally. So I know I'm trying to read for the audience, but that's kind of, I think I should take that one in reverse. Anyway, the two prompts: what do I need in order to feel safe? And how can I extend my safety to others? So, pretty, pretty amazing read there. Okay, so obstacles are in the path. Be nimble like the goat. Be graceful, but keep your eye on your goal like the hawk, and be well, durable. I mean, the ability to grow anywhere, you know. And then bury yourself in safety. If someone transgressed against you, then you need to surround yourself with love and with everything that you need to recover before you go too crazy. That I feel is just awesome. So thank you for joining me. I love this deck. Again, this is Woodland Wardens. And this is, yeah, basically a 52 card Oracle deck and guidebook. Jessica Rowe is a beautiful artist. I love her work. These are not even my favorite cards. I've used this deck almost every day since I bought it months ago. And, I mean, just... yeah, the cat in the lavender. That's actually one of my favorites. It's Independence. You know, because if you ever think of a cat as being anything but independent, right? The owl and hops is wisdom. I mean, hops are used to make beer, so they're not exactly the wisest thing in my opinion. However, medicinally, they are very good for you, especially in teas. But the owl as a symbol of wisdom has been around for centuries. But either way, this artwork's beautiful. If you get the chance, I say you should pick up this deck and have some fun of your own. I do not have a link for it. I am trying. I'll figure out some way in the future that you guys can buy decks through me. I just do not feel like supporting Amazon right now. That's just, yeah. Personal preference, but otherwise you can give a like and subscribe if you reach the end. If you want to leave a comment, go right ahead. If you'd like to see a certain thing done in the future, I may see about doing readings, especially when things turn out like this. This is really cool. I do love the journal prompt on these, and it is super helpful. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye. This has been Hippie Tarot. And thank you.